GGSP, team up! Because today on the show, we suit up for a superhero smackdown in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order.
We shall bring Thanos the stones and your heads.
Plus, you review Ultimate Chicken Horse.
It's interesting.
And Darren's got a scoop of gaming news.
You know, I feel like after saving the galaxy from the apocalypse and defeating the evil Lord Pongos, we kind of qualify as a superhero team.
We need more heroic costumes, though.
It's been 13 years since the last game, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 The Black Order has finally landed, though this one, unlike the previous games, is exclusive to the Switch.
The more mature tone of the previous Ultimate Alliance games has been softened here a bit for a more family-friendly vibe. This time around, you'll be hunting down the 6 Infinity Stones before a certain mad titan and his Black Order get their nasty little hands on them.
I shall be waiting here for you.
It's an A to Z of the Marvel Universe with locations and iconic villains ripped straight from its 80-year history.
Bullseye never misses.
I really enjoyed the Saturday morning cartoon-like cutscenes, seeing my favorite heroes trading quips and jokes.
Perimeter scans reveal no external threats to Avengers Tower.
Suddenly, less worried about external threats and more concerned about the ones in here.
Could the Infinity Stones be acting of their own accord?
Overall, though, I do think this lacks the strong story that previous Alliance games had.
Yeah, even as a comic book nut, I found this a little bit shallow, but the cutscenes are just the bread upon which sits the button-mashing brawler fillings. You'll be blasting and punching your way through waves of enemies with the usual light and heavy attacks. Picking a team of 4, you can switch between your heroes on the fly. Each character also has a set of 4 unique special moves that you'll gradually unlock through leveling up your heroes. And there's synergy attacks, which activates 2 characters' special moves together. And there's extreme attacks that are charged over time and can be unleashed individually or with other characters who are also charged.
Let me in on that action.
There's a lot of attacking.
And you'll be directing those attacks towards general baddies and mini-bosses. The simpler foes will go down with standard attacks, but mini-bosses will require you to take down their stagger bar to really land some heavy hits before it refills again. Big boss battles also pop up to offer a bit of a mechanical shake-up, with some character-specific attack patterns thrown into the mix.
Finally! The kind of power I've always dreamed of. Power worthy of Norman Osborn.
It's a simple rinse and repeat gameplay loop that does have some serious difficulty spikes every so often.
Does it ever? If you're not prepared enough with high-level characters, you'll be locked into a never-ending battle.
Not like this.
You can drop out of the fight and switch out some characters at shield checkpoints.
Are you sure? I'll give you a second to change your mind.
Oh, but wow, did I hit a few brick walls of frustration. Nintendo, I've come to bargain.
Yeah, and the graphics performance certainly doesn't help in those rage-induced moments. The more that's happening on screen, the more the game seems to struggle to keep up. Sure, those big super moves are going to look cool, but be prepared. It'll probably be a big hit to the game's performance. It's hard enough to dodge attacks, let alone trying to do it with a stuttery frame rate. And this game was only designed to run on the Switch, so you think it'd be optimized.
When the visuals do settle, though, you'll be treated to a full cast of Marvel characters. There's a slew of fan favorites, along with a few more obscure ones. I don't know who Elsa Bloodstone is, but she looks really cool. New characters join your roster as the story progresses, strategically drip-fed throughout to keep you smashing and bashing till the campaigns close. Seeing their unique powers on screen for the first time was always a thrill.
Oh, it was so good. And if you're like me, you'll get some fun out of the minor RPG elements that are thrown into the mix. You'll be collecting credits, ISO 8, weird orby things, and leveling up your team as you complete battles. Credits and orbs go into boosting your team's stat trees and leveling up your hero's special moves, while ISO 8 crystals will help to boost specific stats on each hero. Ooh, I do love me a bit of micromanaging.
See, I'm not one to get deep into the world of stats in these sorts of games, mainly because I forget. You can also choose your heroes in an attempt to form a balanced team, with bonuses tied to specific lineups: Defenders, Avengers, Spider-Verse, and more. You can spend hours choosing the most powerful lineup, or you can pick your favorite characters and move on.
And really, micromanaging everything is more of a bonus. The brawler combat was more than enough for me. In addition to the main campaign, there's also Infinity Trials. You'll find tears in the universe throughout the map, each holding a trial. You can also just enter them through the main menu. These Infinity Trials offer up self-contained challenges, including timed and wave modes. They are super tricky, but do offer up hefty rewards, including skins, powerful crystals, and even some additional characters.
I found this to be a good place to grind and level up my team for the main campaign. But now is a good time to mention that your AI teammates are great at attacking, but less so at dodging. Wouldn't you agree?
How? Why?
In higher difficulty battles, you'll be spending half your time reviving them. They seem to miss even the most telegraphed attacks from enemies. Those pesky AI, they have no idea the type of pain I could bring them.
But it's important to try and stay calm and collected until you get into the multiplayer. Now, we didn't try online co-op, but we did try local, and oh dear. Every minor complaint we might have had originally gets tripled. The screen getting occasionally messy and hard to keep track of? Try watching what is basically 3 consistent smoke screens of pixels. The tiny coloured circles are barely enough to signify who's controlling who. And if you're using Joy-Cons, clicking in the analog stick will have you accidentally flip to another character. It's chaos.
And on top of that comes the game's greatest villain, its camera. You're bad too. It gets stuck on invisible walls, loses track of gameplay, and generally just freaks out. It has no idea what to do with extra players, generally just ignoring their location and forcing them to stay within player one's view. In an online setting, you'd of course have control of your own camera view, but this is a game exclusive to a console that's designed for local play. It's so strange. But we should wrap this up. Brad, what'd you think?
Well, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is almost as good as the original titles. It brings back a lot of the elements we know and love, but adds very little that's special or new. I still had plenty of hours of fun with this. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Despite often feeling a bit too much like a free-to-play mobile game, the simple beat-em-up gameplay and Marvel charm is almost enough for me. Even if it feels a little rough around the edges, it's 3 rubber chickens for me. How about you, Will?
I think I would have loved this even more than you guys if the solid gameplay had been driven by the strong story rather than the other way around. My comic book heart just wanted a little bit more nerdy lore. In saying that, it's still a 3 out of 5 rubber chickens for me.
Oh, great. We saved the universe from disaster, but we're the ones that end up in prison?
Good spawning, Australia! It's time for the scoop with me, Darren! Joining me once again is the wonderful Jem!
Oh, thanks, Darren. Can't wait to get scooping.
Oh, and scoop we shall, right after Darren's challenge! What was the original project codename for the Xbox One?
Yes. Now, Scarlet is the codename for the upcoming next-gen Xbox console, but what was the previous one?
Answer at the end of the scoop. Now for another thought-provoking Darren's Dialogue Box. Super SmashCon, the largest Smash tournament in the world, has introduced a ledge grab limit rule for Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's in response to those playing as Jigglypuff in particular, using excessive ledge grab or cliffhanger moves. The new rule limits ledge grabs by any fighter to 60 per game. Which got me thinking, is this so-called ledge camping unfair? Or is it just an element of strategy and playstyle? What do you think of cliffhangers, Gem?
Well, they may be fine for TV dramas, but in Smash, I think there's a point where it starts to feel a little bit like trolling.
A fair point. Moving on now to news that medical management sim 2 Point Hospital is coming to console. The console version will include all the updated features and expansions added to the original game since launch.
Rad's sure to be happy about that. She loved that game, even if she doesn't like using bins in it.
Bins, please. No bins! Now, as a matter of pride, I'm not going to put any bins anywhere in this building, and we can just watch the filth accumulate.
A reversion to proper in-game sanitation is puzzling. In other news, the long-awaited Pets feature is closer to being added to Sea of Thieves. A recent developer update explained plans to add pets, as well as emotes, and ship cosmetics to the game. While these things won't give players any kind of gameplay advantage, they will cost real money.
Oh, it would be nice to sail the high seas with an animal companion by your side, but if you have to pay for them with real money, I'm not so sure, especially if you've already forked out for a full-price game.
What do you think, Boatmeal? You're somewhat of an authority on pets. Oh, he agrees that sounds a bit rough. Good one. One more quick bit of news now, and Nintendo has doubled the maximum number of Super Mario Maker 2 levels users can create, from 32 to 64.
The more Mario Maker, the merrier, I guess.
Affirmative. And now, how about an extra scoop? What have you got, Gem?
Well, Darren, it seems the creativity that Minecraft players are known for lives on in the Minecraft Earth closed beta. A player called Seth Bling has managed to create a giant piano in Minecraft Earth.
What a Minecraft maestro! Now, before we go, we must reveal the answer to Darren's challenge! The original code name for what became the Xbox One was Durango. Woohoo!
What's a Durango?
Well, Durango is the name of a small city in Colorado, and also the name of a state in Mexico, home to the Durango night lizard.
Sounds like one cool lizard.
It sure does, Gem. It sure does. And now that's all the time we have for this week. Until next time, good night, Australia. Who do you think is the coolest gaming lizard, Gem?
Maybe Gex the Gecko?
He does wear a tuxedo.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm Delilah. I'm Kian. I'm Hayat. And today we're going to be reviewing Ultimate Chicken Horse!
Ultimate Chicken Horse is like a multiplayer, silly game.
You have to try and make your own obstacle course to win the game and try and trap your friends with the objects.
Oh, that's the hardest. That's the hardest.
Basically, you want to get over the obstacle first a certain amount of times to become the ultimate chicken.
It's interesting.
It has different modes. I liked the creative mode because you had more things to choose from.
We played creative and party mode.
Party mode. Are we doing party mode?
Party mode is when there's 5 items in each box and you choose one that you have to place.
My favourite item was the giant, swinging hook that came and hit you if you were not careful.
I've got the giant hook thing. My favourite item was the Ferris wheel because it helped you get across the high things if you needed to do so.
My favourite item was the rocket ship.
I'm gonna get that rocket.
The most difficult obstacle was the black hole. If they placed it in the right spot, it could suck you in easily. And you could also use it as bait if you placed a coin and they just go straight into it.
I was the ultimate chicken in most of the rounds because I kept on trapping everyone and I kept on winning.
Why is the chicken so good?
There was one funny moment when I died, but I also made it to the finish line.
I died, but I made it!
It was a bit challenging at first, but it was really good and it was something different to to other games that I played.
Jump, Marcus! Go, Marcus! Come on, Marcus! Jump! Jump!
There weren't like too many hard controls to do. The wall jumping was sometimes a bit hard to do, but other than that, it was quite easy to get onto platforms and avoid traps.
Yes, I actually did it!
I liked the effects in the game, how there's like the victory dance when you pass the finish line, or when you die, you lay down and you have the X's on your eyes and your tongue is sticking out.
Look at the chickens dance.
They did like their own little dance, like I think the horse or something like that or something.
Look at my dance, it's the best dance in the world.
My favorite thing was how you can play with your friends.
Woo!
My least favorite thing was when you would have to jump and you would be holding down the button to jump, but it wouldn't work and you'd just start falling down.
No!
My least favourite thing about the game was when there was just too many obstacles and traps and it was just getting overcrowded and you couldn't finish a level because you were just dying so much.
It was really fun overall. I think they could improve like double jumping and adding a few more items. I rate it 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I'm gonna make this challenge hard.
It's a really fun game. When you play with your friends, it's more fun and more challenging. But I just think they could add more things to it to make it more challenging and harder. I'll rate it a 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
It was challenging, but it was also very fun because I just liked the way it was diverse and different, and playing with all your friends is very fun. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
It was a good cartoony game. I really liked it. I would play it again, definitely with my friends. I rate it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
We're the winners, the chicken horse.
All right, Will, are you ready to get down to brass tacks and get some answers for these fine gaming questions?
Brass tacks sounds a little bit sharp, but sure, and let's kick things off with this video question from Ziggy.
Hi, GGSP. How do you build swords on crafting tables in Minecraft?
Thanks, Ziggy. If you want to know how to make swords in Minecraft on crafting tables, well, first, you need to make sure you have materials to make the kind of sword you want.
That's right. First off, you'll need some sticks, which you can craft using wooden planks, which you craft out of wood.
You can make a simple wooden sword by opening your crafting table and placing 2 planks and 1 stick in the crafting grid. Or you could use your crafting recipe book.
To make a stone sword, use cobblestone in place of the planks. And once you have the materials, you can make iron, gold, or diamond swords, just using ingots or diamonds instead.
And that's how you craft swords.
Oh, my sword. Now, I'm feeling particularly video-y today, Will, so why don't we take another look at a video question? This one here is from Sean.
I'm a huge fan of your show. Please answer these questions. 1. Is there any new games on the Xbox and Switch? 2. Where do you keep your cheese toasties because I will eat them? P.S. Do these.
Oh, after you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sean. In answer to your first question about whether there are new games on the Xbox and Switch, well, sure there are. They're being released all the time.
They sure are. Some of my favorite recent releases for Xbox One so far this year include the space survival adventure of Astroneer and another great space adventure game, Outer Wilds. I guess space is pretty big in 2019.
Well, space itself is pretty big.
And it's always expanding. Plus, there's Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, and loads of other recent releases, really. The Xbox E3 conference showed a bunch of upcoming games to look forward to in the future as well, like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Minecraft Dungeons. The list just goes on.
As for the Switch, some new games released this year that I've enjoyed include the turn-based strategy of Wargroove, such a great game to play on the go. Oh, and the mind-bending puzzles of Baba Is You, the musical mashup of Cadence of Hyrule, and the infinite level-building fun of Super Mario Maker 2. And as for games coming up on the horizon, there's Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Oh, so many.
Now, to the question of where we keep our cheese toasties. Well, they don't really stick around for very long around here. If we didn't eat them fresh, they'd go cold. And a cold cheese toastie is worse than no cheese toastie at all, in my opinion.
Agreed, but didn't I hear you and Jem talking about a secret toasty stash that Darren has in his basement?
Yeah, but they're in this special laser-sealed safe. We tried to crack it, but it just kept zapping us. It's not safe, Sean. The safe is not safe.
Oh, how ironic. Well, let's move on to another question, and here's one from Emil, the Chicken Master in Wellard, Western Australia. From the Chicken Master. Hey GGSP, I want to know something. Is Team Sonic Racing going to be released on mobile? Also, when the Xbox 2/Project Scarlet and the PlayStation 5 is going to be released? Please answer these. It's from the Chicken Master.
Thanks, Chicken Master. Firstly, to whether Team Sonic Racing is going to be released on mobile. Well, I did think I heard something about this a while back, but let's just check with Darren to be safe.
Hello, Darren speaking.
Hi, Darren. We're just wondering if Team Sonic Racing is going to be released on mobile.
Well, that's an interesting one. There were rumours about this floating around earlier this year after some people noticed social media ads for what appeared to be a Team Sonic Racing mobile game. Since then, it was announced that a Sonic Racing game will feature on the upcoming Apple Arcade subscription service. But this looks a bit different to Team Sonic Racing.
Well, some fuel for thought there, Darren. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Now to when the Xbox 2 or Project Scarlet and PlayStation 5 will be released. Well, we learned at E3 this year that Xbox plans to launch Scarlet in the so-called holiday period of 2020. So sometimes towards the end of 2020.
And as for the PS5, well, Sony didn't hold a press conference at E3 this year. So while we've heard some info about their next-gen console, the release date is a bit more speculative. My guess would be that it might release around the same time as Scarlet, so around the end of 2020 as well.
All right, Will, we better wrap this up like a present.
I do like presents. If you have a question for us, go here to send it in and make it a video like Ziggy and Sean for your chance to score a GGSP pin and some stickers and a cool beanie.
Oh, I love the beanies. They are so cool. But they're also warm.
Good question wrangling, you guys, but we're out of time. Next week on GGSP, we take to the kitchen and see if we can handle the heat in Cooking Simulator.
To Australia's first Girl Gamer Fest.
It's only recently we see pro AFL females, pro female soccer players. There is a pattern in sport, and that pattern was actually transferred into gaming.
If you want to watch some more GGSP right now, then take a look at our online-only review of puzzle adventure rhythm game Songbird Symphony.
Now, if you've ever watched GGSP and thought, hey, I'd be pretty good at reviewing games, then you should totally apply to be one of our U reviewers. Just head on over to the GGSP website and see how you can submit your audition video.
I personally noob scan every submission.
Well, that's great, Darren, but I'm pretty sure the GGS peeps are noob bite free. Until next time, though, be nice, have fun, and keep gaming. Jem out.
Rat out.
Will out.
Darren out.